Hey guys, so for today's movie review, I'm going to talk about the film Primal Evil. It is a courtroom crime thriller. Um, so in Primal Fear, you guys, Richard Gere takes on a case. He's a lawyer involving a guy that, um, was witnessing a death of a priest. And a lot of people think that this kid, played by Edward Norton, was the killer of this priest. And he flees on the run, and he's brought in for questioning and everything. And so Richard Gere is assigned to him as his lawyer for a courtroom trial. And Richard Gere looks at this thing from all angles. Without me getting into spoilers, there's certain things about this kid's personality that might work to his advantage in court. He finds out that in court that he's going to be up against a lawyer who's trying to get this kid in jail pretty much, if not on death row, for murdering a priest and everything. Um, it's somebody that he had a relationship with at one point. So there's kind of this, you know, um, uneasiness between the two of them because he actually knows this person he's going to fight with in court. But for more than anything else, he wants to try to make sure that, um, you know, with these kids' with his unique personality traits that you'll find out throughout the movie, he hopes that it'll help him win the court trial in the end. So Primal Fear, you guys, it's an okay film. I think it is a little hard to sit through. It's definitely a film that I would definitely recommend. Make sure you're into like courtroom thriller kind of stuff. So like To Kill a Mockingbird, A Few Good Men, all those kind of stuff. It's definitely one of those kind of films where it's a lot of courtroom trial stuff. It's a lot of lawyer talk. So I'm personally not big into that kind of stuff. Um, but for those who are like like for like Law and Order and all that kind of stuff, you might love this film simply because this film is very heavy on that kind of stuff. But for the positives and negatives, you guys, I think this is a well shot movie. It's definitely whoever did the camera work in this film had a good idea of how to film a scene, making sure that it's filmed in an interesting way. It's not just things don't get chopped off, and we were aware of what's going on, and we can cinematography wise we can see everything we need to see that we have to see for those scenes. So this is a well shot movie. I think the film does pick up a little better because I was saying it is a very slow movie. I think it does pick up better when Edward Norton's character does show up because there is this good brief period at the beginning of the film where we don't see Edward Norton at all. Um, but once his character starts to come into play, I think the film does pick up a little bit more. Frances McDormand's role in this, I liked how she felt very confident in her role. She knew exactly what she had to do for this movie. I think she was definitely one of the better aspects of the movie simply because I got the impression she was very confident in what she was doing. She seemed to understand her character very well. So either the director of this film coached her very well, or she had a role that she understood very well. And by the time it was her scenes in this movie, um, she did everything you would expect her to do. So Frances McDormand definitely delivered a very good role in this film. Like I said, I just loved her confidence in this film. I really got the impression that she really understood what was going on and what she had to do for the movie. I liked how two of these lawyers personally knew each other, even if they were battling in court against each other. It almost kind of adds to the movie, and I almost wish the director played off of it a little more. Simply because I think, for those who've seen the film Duplicity, where it was two agents against each other, Julia Roberts and Clive Owen, Primal Fear could have been the lawyer version of that. So like maybe because they personally knew each other, they tried to pursue a relationship at one point. That kind of made the courtroom trial more interesting in some way, or maybe the things outside the courtroom trial, since they got together outside of the court for reasons that they didn't want to really get to see each other for. I think the film could have, if they played off of that more, it could have made for a more interesting movie. But on the scenes where it does happen, I think it is very interesting simply because they know each other and they know a way how to get at each other, and they kind of know each other's things that they like and don't like, and so it kind of added to the movie a little bit. And like I said, I think it would have been more interesting if they played off of that a little more. Um, For negatives, you guys, this is a very slow moving movie. I had to, give myself a break and watch it again another night. So it took me a good 2 nights to watch it. And it's not very long. It's only like 2 hours and 10 minutes. But I think it is because it is such a slow moving movie, and because I'm not too big on the lawyer stuff. Um, it's just a kind of hard movie to sit through if you're really not into that kind of material, and if you're not into the movies where it takes a very, very long time to get everything up and going. Um, I overall don't think this film has an oomph factor. What I mean by that is there's just nothing really about it that is going to make it stand out over time. I don't think it's going to be the next To Kill a Mockingbird. It really isn't the next the next A Few Good Men. It's just there's a lot of um, there just isn't nothing enough special about it that really makes it stand out. And I think that's going to hurt it in the long run because it doesn't have anything to do as far as standing up to those other big courtroom thriller movies. Um, I didn't like the judge in this movie. She just seemed very unfair, very unlikable. Some of the things she said just like, I really can't see a judge saying that, or why is she so unfair to this person, but allowing this person to do all these things? And so I didn't like the courtroom judge in this movie. It's not that that actress did a bad job. It just I didn't like the feeling that I was watching an actress being a judge, where we could have just had a judge for this court trial. Just a lot of things this judge did that just did not feel like something you'd see in a real courtroom trial. And that's really too bad because Law and Order can get away with that, and To Kill a Mockingbird got away with that. A Few Good Men got away with that. Kramer versus Kramer got away with that. But this film really does not feel like this is a courtroom judge. Like I said, it just feels like a paid actress pretending to be a judge. Um, so I guess I would have liked the director of this film to work on that. And overall, I don't think this film has very much replay value. There just isn't a lot here for me to want to come back to it several more times. I think some of the best films ever made have that ability, but unfortunately, Primal Fear really doesn't have that oomph factor again. I mean, there's the oomph factor. It just does not have a reason for me to come back to it several more times and to make it really stand out in front of the crowd. But overall, guys, I do give Primal Fear a 7.5 out of 10. It's okay. It's watchable. But like I said, it's just a very hard film to sit through. It's very long, or it feels longer than it should be. It's only 2 hours and 10 minutes, but just very, very slow moving. I really would have liked to have seen a faster pace done with this. Um, and I would have liked to have seen something special done with it. Like I said, they could have played around with the lawyer thing some more since they personally knew each other. Just give it something to make it spice it up a bit and to really make it stand out in front of the crowd. But like I said, 7.5 out of 10 for me. It's okay. You don't have to avoid it altogether. It's not that bad. But like I said, I just really would have liked to seen something special done with this because I really don't feel that this film did anything to make it become an instant classic.